make sure Al-Qaeda could not use Afghanistan for a base and not for nation-building purposes. Let's listen.
Began to morph into the notion that instead of having a counter-terrorism capability to have small forces there or in the region to be able to take on Al-Qaeda if it tried to reconstitute, we decided to engage in nation building. That never made any sense to me.
All right, let's take a look at that with our resident fact checker, Daniel Dale. Okay, Daniel, check it.
President Biden's suggestion that he never supported the idea of nation building in Afghanistan is just not true. In fact, early in this war, he was one of the U.S. Senate's leading advocates of the idea of nation building in Afghanistan. Listen, for example, to something he said in a 2002 speech.
History is going to judge us very harshly, I believe, if we allow the hope of a liberated Afghanistan to evaporate because we are fearful of the phrase nation building or we do not stay the course. A robust multinational force helping the nascent Afghan government extend authority to all its borders is a wise investment by the world.
And that's just one example. In a 2004 speech, he said more broadly that nation building, he said it's a four-letter word under the Bush administration, but Biden said he believes it's an absolute prerequisite for the 21st century. Now, people will say, oh, you're going after him for a 20-year-old view, he's entitled
They are saying that, right?
They say he's entitled to change his mind. Look, we're not going after him for changing his mind or believing something 20 years ago. I'm just saying, as a fact checker, it's not true that he was always opposed to this concept.
There was also something else that stood out to you, and that was the 300,000 number when he was talking about Afghan troops.
That's right. Look, this is a figure that's been used for a long time by the U.S. military, by think tanks, and so on, but experts tell me it's significantly inflated. Number one, it includes not only Afghan troops, but the Afghan police, more than 100,000 of them. Number two, this Afghan force was long plagued by the problem of so-called ghost troops. Those are no-show people who are just listed on the salary rolls so some corrupt person could collect the money. They weren't actually fighting. Number three, there was huge turnover in the Afghan force. So experts tell me the actual size of the Afghan force before dissolution was somewhere in the neighborhood of 150,000 to 200,000, not the 300,000 number President Biden keeps using to make that force sound more impressive than it actually was.
Yeah, that is quite a difference. Daniel, thank you so much for looking at that for us.
Thank you.
We do have some more on our breaking